Old friends are like old memories. They always remind you of your past, and we are reminding ourselves of the past episodes from this week of Good Company for the best of Good Company with me, Hollie Taylor. You're listening to Joy Radio wherever you are. I'm Hollie Taylor, and right now I'm walking down memory lane, thinking of all the things that I miss. I took them for granted. Producer Mike, is there anything that jumps out at you?
Yeah, being skinny as a teenager.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Right?
Being able to eat whatever I wanted.
Oh, having a metabolism.
Oh,
yeah.
What's metabolism?
I don't know. It's something I lost 10 years ago.
Oh my goodness. I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. 905-338-1250. If you've got a text message, any coming in?
Yeah, we've got one here from Amy, and she says she took her parents for granted.
Oh.
Misses them every day.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's 180 from my answer. But
yeah, right? Oh, but that's true. My grandmother definitely took her for granted. And now I wish I could ask her the questions that I have now because I have more, I guess, hindsight, and she's not here to answer them. So yeah, I totally get that. We got one here from Titus saying, feeling not guilty for doing nothing. Yes, now if I sit too long, I think I should be doing something because I'm so used to having so much to do. Kayla says, not having to book my friends a month in advance. You could just pick up the phone and hang out. Yep, definitely things we took for granted. Feel free to add to that list by texting in or calling 905-338-1250. I'm Hollie Taylor. There's an interesting bit of research that was done at a college where they were taking a look at how the college students were performing. No breaks, 15-minute breaks, and then 1-minute technology breaks. And so they've discovered that by allowing students a 1-minute phone break in their college classrooms, the students are actually more focused, not less. So it was interesting to see that they had higher test scores as well. And overall, even though these breaks were just 60 seconds, and it would be most likely non-academic stuff that the kids were checking on their phones, but just 60 seconds. 1 minute. And then they started doing better in class. It was almost as though they kind of got that quick little, all right, nothing urgent. I can now regain my focus on the task at hand. So an interesting study. That's for sure. It was even better than a 15-minute break. So I don't know, some food for thought. But taking breaks is definitely important. Whether it's a 1-minute phone break or whether it's a 15-minute or 30-minute walk, we really can come back more energized and become more productive by not working as much, which sometimes feels a little counterintuitive, but at the same time, I think we all know this. So I'm curious, are you good at taking breaks? Because if I'm going to be truthful, I'm not. I need to take breaks more. I should probably put it in my phone. But yeah, how good are you at giving yourself a chance to take a break and to rest? 905-338-1250. I'm Hollie Taylor, talking about some of those things that we are not buying as frequently or we've stopped buying them altogether because the price. We just can't rationalize paying that for that. Producer Mike, anything that you've curbed your purchasing on?
I was just thinking about like those streaming services.
Oh,
and the cable TV bill.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think they'd try to compete with each other, but it's still like $60 to $100 a month, regardless whether you're picking cable or a few different streaming services. And it's just...
It adds up.
I just want to watch TV.
I know. I miss commercials mainly because I didn't have to pay for what I was watching. Now I pay, and some of those streaming services make you watch commercials.
Yeah, it's brutal, and they charge you for it. I don't understand.
What is happening? Text message here. This is from Jen. Meat. I used to think it'd be weird to have a vegetable-only diet, but now at the price of meat, maybe a vegetarian isn't so bad after all. You know what? You're not wrong. Some of the meat prices are wild. A lot of you saying fast food. Yeah, no, I get that. Starbucks actually is one for me. I used to try to treat myself, maybe once a week. Now, I'm lucky if it's monthly. had to go do a dance competition. It was close to $10. $10 and some kind of weird local tax. No, thank you. We'll be drinking water. Oh, goodness. Rhonda says, used to love thrift store shopping, and now those prices even seem higher. I mean, if we can't even thrift shop anymore, what is the world coming to? I'm Hollie Taylor here for Good Company, and an interesting story. And it's not a unique story, really, as I actually have a couple of friends who have done this very thing. Now, most of their travels have been overseas in more of your, Thailand and Malaysia. So they are hitting up Japan. That's where they are. But for Chris and Marianne, they actually have taken their ventures and adventures from the UK all throughout Europe. Been to Turkey, they went to South Carolina. They even boarded a ship with their van. It's a Fiat Ducato. I don't even know what that is, if I'm saying it right, but it's a camper van. They called it Trudy. And so they went to the U.S. as well. In total, they have traveled around 40,000 miles. I mean, this 20-year-old camper van has literally seen the world. And they bought it for $21,000. So that's a really good ROI. Plus, they were able to start a social media channel and share their stories with the world and became social media sensations, if you will. Although I've never heard of them, I'm kind of curious to learn more about their travels. It also got me thinking, is this something I would ever do? No, I don't think so. Living in a camper van for 4 years, just not my idea of a good time. Now, glamping of some sort where I'm flying and staying in hotels, all right. But an interesting idea, quitting your job and traveling around the world. Would you do it? Or would you rather just a trip here, a trip there? Text in 905-338-1250. Man, some good memories would be made, though. I'm Hollie Taylor. We're going to take a trip down memory lane today as we reminisce of the things that kids in this day and age just will not experience. So 80s, 70s, 60s, wherever it was for you. When I was younger, it was rare for a family to have two vehicles. For my mom, it was like unheard of. It was one vehicle. And, dad would drive to work, mom would stay home. And if there was things that needed to happen during the day, hop on the bus, go with a friend. So it was very different. Now, most homes, you kind of need two vehicles. We are here, there, and everywhere, or you're getting dropped off at the GO train, or it's a lot busier now. Or how about kids going home from school? They would generally walk and then they'd play. My kids don't come home and play with the kids in the street. Mind you, there's like 3 different schools represented on one street. So it's, again, a different kind of experience today than from when we were growing up. Producer Mike, is there anything that you've noticed that's different?
This isn't along the same lines, but I was just thinking, the 80s and 90s kids out there are going to remember this one. Blowing into a cartridge to get your game to work properly.
Yes, kids in this day and age will never know what that's like.
Exactly.
And the sound?
Yeah. Like, that's right. I don't think it actually did anything either.
I think it was psychological.
Yeah, but it provided the illusion of fixing something.
Yes.
Yeah. How about CD cleaners? Remember those?
I do.
With like the little toothpaste stuff you'd put on the back of the CD and then the cloth and try to get those working again.
And how frustrating it was if your song started to skip because it was either scratched, dirty, or you were walking. Like if you didn't have the anti-shock skipping device.
Yep.
Oh, man. See, kids these days, they can jog and not have any songs interrupted by movement.
They can go skydiving.
They can still enjoy their favorite songs. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I love it. Okay, let's do a quick text message. This is from Larry. He says, doing homework on a computer. That was unheard of. Pen and paper, double-spaced, blue or black ink. Yes. I'm from the generation where I remember distinctly grade 6, I'm writing my reports just like that. Within less than a year, they were saying we needed to do it on a computer. And who could afford a computer back then? Like, it was not a common device in a home. So I'd have to stay after school, type up my reports, and then hand them in. See, kids these days would never know what that's like. You're listening to Joy Radio wherever you are. I'm Hollie Taylor, and just a huge happy Thanksgiving long weekend. Monday, you'll just be treated to music as I'll be taking the day off to celebrate Thanksgiving and my husband's birthday. But as we gear up for this weekend where we take a look at gratitude and thankfulness, some people use those two words interchangeably, but they're not. Thankfulness is a little bit more momentary. Like, I'm thankful for this. Great. But gratitude is like an actual way of being. You can approach your life with gratitude. And so if you are going to be praying for gratitude, but not too sure where to start this weekend, I have a couple of prayer sentence starters for you that will hopefully be a good and useful tool this weekend. So finish off the sentence. Lord, I am thankful for. Your word also reminds me to thank you for. I can see your goodness in ... One provision I've seen is, and the last one for you today is, one characteristic of you I am grateful for is. So, some really great ways to ponder and to reflect on the things that we are grateful for as we enter into prayer with a heart of gratitude and thankfulness. Again, have a great weekend, and we will do this all over again on Tuesday. Stay safe and enjoy your time with your family and friends. Here's Stephen Curtis Chapman. Do it again on Joy Radio wherever you are.